Hello, welcome to In Defence of the Traditional Martial Arts. Now, having a bit of an interesting debate tonight. It's kind of, I don't want to deal with it in the comments section. It's kind of skirting around the cultural appropriation subject, and I'm dead against cultural appropriation. I really dislike the whole, Westerners dressing up in Oriental garb, and certain instructors that put on, shall we say, Oriental-esque accent in an attempt to appear more authoritative on Tai Chi. But I do take issue with what's being raised by Mike Sigmund. Not upset in the least, mate. Language tends to suggest you are. You're now telling me that you practice moving with your dantian. Now, I practice moving mostly with my legs and feet. That's how it works. You don't tend to move too well by breathing. I mean, you need to breathe to create the whole thing. But if you just breathe, I think you're in the realms of magic again. And you can use Fa Jin like Wang Hei Jun. Jun? Yun? Wang Hei Jun. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. I mean, can I use it like him? I don't know. I might be better than him. I've got knockouts on my record, so my educated force might even be better. Who knows? Your previous comments make it clear that you don't understand what Jin is. It's up for debate. Perhaps you care to educate me a bit more. Make your own video. Let's see the response to my response to your comment, or how it's used. Again, I think I use Tai Chi and Jin, the Jins, quite well actually. So you know almost nothing about Tai Chi Quan. I still prefer to write it Tai Chi Chuan, I guess, because I'm of that generation. Again, I don't like listening to my daughter pronounce Chinese is really quite cool, but when normal Westerners with no education suddenly try and pick up words, it's just like when people go into like Mexican wrestling, go jalapenos on my on my foot. It just don't sit right for me. You're not Chinese, don't try and sound it. Yet you say absolutely is as we trained back in the day. Well, this is in reference to Wang Hei Yun's videos that I watched. Yes, absolutely, that is how we trained back in the day in terms of the way we did our forms. The push and hands drills look very similar, not exactly the same, but very, very similar. That's all I've seen so far. I didn't pay that much attention. I thought he looks quite good at what he does. I haven't got a problem with him. That's as far as my education in him went. Or research, would that be a better word? Research, watch 2 videos. Mind you, there's a lot of stuff that you say which I'd agree with. Oh, thank you very much. But all of it gets lumped into the fact that most Westerners claiming to do Tai Chi Quan simply don't do Tai Chi Quan, including the ones making fun of the others. My suggestion is that you research things a bit more deeply. Well, again, I disagree here. Now, when you say most Westerners, here's the thing. Like in these videos that I was watching, Wang Hei Yun's Tai Chi that he was doing. No idea if I'm pronouncing that anywhere near correctly. There's a lot of Westerners in his videos. So are you suggesting to me that they're not doing real Tai Chi? Are they wasting their time? Is Wang Hei Yun's focus on ripping Westerners off because they can't do Tai Chi because they're Westerners? Like, is there something about being... I mean, do you have to be Chinese? If you're Japanese or Korean, could you do Tai Chi? Or is it just specifically something in the genes of Chinese people? Is there a certain area of China? Do you have to be born somewhere within the region of Wudang Mountain? Like, here's the thing with these, cultural appropriation and all the rest of it. As long as you're doing Tai Chi and you're practicing and you're teaching it in the way that you were taught, then there's really no issue. And if you're taught by the right people, then you're doing it well. It doesn't matter what colour your skin is. It doesn't matter where you were born. Yeah, I mean, as is pretty well thought of, like most of the decent Chinese martial arts teachers escaped from China when the Cultural Revolution happened. When they're all going around waving their Mao books and beating up teachers and anything like kind of ancient in the streets and getting rid of it all. This happened, and some of them went to Hong Kong, some went to Taiwan, some have escaped to the UK, America, everywhere else around the world. You can't just look at someone and say they're Chinese, they must be able to do Tai Chi properly, because as we all know, there's a lot of rubbish Tai Chi about. So that's really all I've got to say. Yeah, as long as you do Tai Chi, as long as you do it respectfully, as long as you don't try and act like you can teach the cultural references and understand the cultural references when you don't, then what really is the issue with you teaching Tai Chi, especially when you do it to a higher standard than most of the people that are currently teaching it?